Welcome back to my channel. So in this video, I will be showing you how to make a satellite hat in a different way. I have a tutorial on this channel, a tutorial that shows how to make a satellite hat the normal way or one way. So this is another way of making a satellite hat in a simple manner. Okay, if you've tried to do yours using my the other method I shared with you all on this channel prior to now, and you're finding it difficult, this is another way to make yours, and it's very easy. If you're new to my channel, you're welcome. You can as well check my other videos so you can be on track. So these are the materials I'll be using. This is my art wire. I've covered it with thread. You can cover it with bias. This is my molded base. I covered it with fabric and I also covered it with net. Alright, so I have my thread, I have UHE glue, I have bias tape, I have my scissors, I have my needle. The first thing we do is to cover our wire with our net. You can use any net of choice. You don't have to use this particular one. This one is called veil net. Alright, so this is about 1 yard of net. So I have my thread doubled multiple times. I just cover it like this, the same way. Cover the wire with my net. I'm using one layer of net, as you can see. I'm only using one layer of net. So I'm going to gather it like this. Gather it as like, and you know, the more you pull the net, the more your wire curves. So it depends on how you want it. If you want it to curve the more, you need to hold it more tight. You need to hold it more tight. Okay, but I think I am okay with this. I'm okay with this. So I'm going to tie this. I'll tie it with my thread. So I'm just going to quickly go ahead and tie. Once we can go ahead and tie, then I'll be back to show you the next step. So I've tied it and we're going to trim this off. We're going to trim it off. Now I've trimmed it off and the next thing we'll be doing is to sew this. We're going to sew this. We're going to sew. You can see that I've turned it upside down. So this part will be the upper part of our art and we're going to sew. We're sewing the net to the thread. Remember I covered the wire with thread, so I'm going to be sewing the net to the thread round like this. You can use your fishing line, the one of 0.25 or 0.35 mm, or you use a matching thread like I am doing. So I'm just going to sew the net. I'll sew the net to the I'm sewing the net to the thread on top of the wire. I'll do that round like that and I'll show you the next step. I'm just sewing the net to the thread on the wire. Can you see? So I just hand it right here. I'm going to be using my glue round. I'm going to apply glue round the wire like this in case I have any parts that my needle and thread did not touch, and then allow it dry. Just place it like this round and allow it dry. I've applied glue round like this. Note that I didn't apply glue under or on top of the net. I applied it like this on the side just to seal up, especially those parts that the needle and thread may not have touched. You understand? That's the reason why I did that. Okay, then you allow it dry, leave it for about a minute. It's for it to dry well. This is the parts that we cut, that we trimmed off the net from. We're going to trim this off. We're going to trim this off. Make sure it doesn't touch the net at the back. So I'm just going to trim this off like this. Be careful so as not to touch this particular one, the net on top or under. Okay, so this is what we have. Can you see? So now I'm going to take my time and just trim this off properly. I just trim it away from where you have your thread or your hat wire, like a 1/4 inch away from here. So I'll just trim it gently like that. Just trim it very close to where you have the thread. You just trim it like that, like that. I have trimmed it off properly. As you can see, it's very neat. So this is the upper part of my brim. We're going to cover this with bias round like that. Then this one, we're going to be placing our glue around this. You'll notice that the color of the paper mat I used in molding this is actually different. It was not intentional. I had this base molded already, so I just decided to cover it with fabric. After I'm done, I'll still use my fabric to cover this inside so that it will be neat, especially if one is making it for a client. So you're going to place your molded base where you want it to be. You can be in the middle, you can turn towards the front. Just note where you want to place it. So what you do is we're going to put glue. I'll be using the glue method just right here. I'm going to apply glue round. Place it right here. Neatly. Hold it down for it to dry. You need to take your time, hold it down for it to dry. So I'm going to do all that. I'm also going to cover this part with bias. I'm going to quickly show you what we're doing on this part. Just like we did in the beginner's class, we're going to cut this off. We're going to trim this off like this. So I'll go ahead and cut this off. Just cut this off like this. Okay. Then I'm going to use my glue to finish up. I'll just glue the net to the base like that. Then I'll use Petersham ribbon or bias or any trimmings. I'll use that to cover this part. Then I'll attach my band. You can attach your band, attach your elastic or anything you want to use. I've already taught us all this in the beginner's class. So that is how it looks like. So I'll now go ahead and cover this with my bias round. So you can either cover this part with elastic. This is elastic. I prefer to use elastic because it relaxes well when you use it to cover this part. So I'm going to use that with my glue. I will just cover it round. Or you can use your bias, you can use Petersham ribbon. Remember I said you can attach your Alice band or elastic as the case may be. Then this part you can decide to embellish anyhow you want it. You can just place patterns here. You can just embellish anyhow you want it. You can place feathers anyhow you want it. So that's how to make the trending satellite fascinator or art